pass. Oh, yes!
Back in 2013, there was a corruption scandal happened in Turkey, and a Turkish president and his family was involved in it. And that was the first time I said something against it, because Turkish president was putting innocent people in jail who caught him. And after that, I put a tweet out there, very single, basic tweet, and because of the NBA platform, it became a conversation here in the United States and over there in Turkey. And obviously, after that, I promised myself from now on, whatever it takes, I'm gonna speak up about the issues that are happening over there in my home country, Turkey. And because because of the NBA platform, every time I say something, it was becoming a conversation, and Turkish government hated that. It affected me and my family. My dad was a genetic professor. He got fired from his job. My sister went to medical school for 6 years. Unfortunately, she still can't find a job. Probably the saddest one was my little brother. He wanted to be an NBA player, but he was getting kicked out in every NBA team, every team in Turkey because of the same last name. You know, they were getting affected so much they had to put a statement out there, and saying we are disowning Enes.
Oh.
And obviously after that, Turkish government didn't believe that. They sent police to my house in Turkey, and they raided the whole house, and they took every electronics away, phones, computers, laptops, iPads, because they wanted to see if I'm still in contact with my family or not. They couldn't find any evidence, but they still took my dad to jail for a while. But we put so much pressure from here to Turkey, they let him go. And then after that, they revoked my passport. They put my name on Interpol list. So the last 5 years, I'm not really allowed to travel anywhere outside of America. And I have 10 arrest warning for me less than 4 years, just because I was speaking up about the issues that are happening in Turkey. And then the last 10 years, I was focusing on the issues that are happening in my home country, Turkey, right? And just this past summer, I was doing a basketball camp in New York with one of the congressmen. And I remember after the basketball camp, I was taking pictures with the kids. And one by one, I remember one of the parents called me out in front of everybody and said, "How can you call yourself a human rights activist when your Muslim brothers and sisters are in concentration camps and getting tortured and raped every day?" I was shocked. I couldn't say anything. I turned around to that parent and I promised, said, "I'm going to get back to you." So that day I canceled everything. I went back to my hotel and started to study and started to learn about what's going on over there, because my plate was full the last 10 years because of my family was there. Last time I saw my family was back in 2015, so I was focusing on that. But then I was seeing what was happening over there in concentration camps, right? And I was very ashamed of myself, because I was like, I cannot believe the last 10 years I was only focusing on one dictatorship. And then I remember while I was working, there is a link popped out, and I clicked on it. It was about Tibetan people, well, what they were going through. I mean, even when I was a kid, I was a big fan of Dalai Lama, so I was like following him on social media and stuff. So I read about that, and after that, the NBA, family already knew about Hong Kong, because 2 years ago, when the Houston Rockets GM tweeted about Hong Kong and said "Free Hong Kong," they pretty much shake the whole world. Not many people knows that, but 2 years ago, when the Houston Rockets GM tweeted about Hong Kong, NBA wanted to silence everybody. I got a call from my agent and said the whole Chinese government are watching your Twitter. Do not say anything. And Celtics made me media unavailable for 2 weeks, because they knew I could care less. I was gonna go out there and say something. So I wasn't allowed to talk to media for 2 weeks. And right now, if they're watching this, if they denying this, I can prove them wrong. So anyway, and then after that, I probably slept 1 hour that night. The next day, I was watching the news, and it was so crazy because it was showing that China might invade Taiwan. And I was just very shocked, and I couldn't believe it. And then after that, I learned about Mongols and Kazakh people, and I was like, you know what? Whatever it takes, I'm gonna do everything I can to bring awareness about what's going on. And then after that, obviously, I started to speak up. And once you speak out about the issues that affects people, money and business, and people are gonna get very uncomfortable. But there are some important things than money and business, like morals, like principles, like values, you know. Unfortunately, I tried to reach out to many of my colleagues, and they said, we love you, but we cannot support you because we have family to feed. We have shoe deals, jersey sales, and shoe sales over there in China. I asked them one question. If your mother, if your daughter, if your sister, or whoever was in those concentration camps and getting tortured and raped every day, would just still remain silent? Not one of them answered. Not one of them. To be honest, it is a lonely road. I'm talking about in a sports world, because you can talk about all the social justice, all the injustices that are happening around the world, but when it comes to China, you cannot speak up. If do, then you have to face the consequences. But after learning all this, if I didn't speak up about all these issues that are happening over there, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep, you know. But I have no regrets. I want to tell you guys that I have no regrets. I talk about the issues that are happening in Turkey. I lost my family. I talk about the issues that are happening in China. I lost my career. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm putting myself in the people over there in their shoes. I'm putting my family in their family shoes. If my mother, if my dad, or if my sister was getting tortured and raped every day, would I still pick money and business over it? That's the question people need to ask themselves. Other than that, I'm honored and humbled to be here. Thank you guys so much. This is a huge honor. And when I was 9 years old, my mom told me, stand up for what you believe in, even if it means sacrificing everything. We are in this together. We are all one. It doesn't matter what your background is, what your skin color is, what your religion or culture is. The most important thing in life is leave your differences on the table and try to find what we have in common. Till one of them billionaires out there find another planet to live, this world is what we have. So we need to make. So we need to make this world better together. But other than that, I cannot call myself a hero when I see these heroes in front of me. And thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm honored to receive this, trophy. But whenever I see, the woman rights, the first person who comes to my mind is Peng Shui. While we know that she's alive, we know that she's not free. She's not free to speak. She's not free to travel, and she's not allowed to talk to any media but Chinese media. So I'm praying for her every day. I think that's what she needs the most. Doesn't matter what religion you are or whatever you believe in. Pray for her, because that's what she needs the most. So thank you guys, and I hope one day soon we can meet these heroes. And other than that, thank you guys so much, and I'm honored. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you.